been my experience in Battery is when we've really worked together for whole purpose without worrying about who gets the credit, we've been able to accomplish incredible things. This has been a lot of fun for us, and we're still having fun, and we're going to keep on having fun.
Alabama's seafood capital had a change in leadership last October. Brett Dungan is a political newcomer, but the Colorado native has lived in Battery for more than 30 years. He recently sat down with our Eric Reynolds to talk about his town's challenges and the successes of the past 10 months. Here's the interview.
Everything is possible in our life when we don't worry about our egos and who's going to get credit for it, and when we can put our egos aside and work for the common good.
Brett Dungan has served in his first political office for less than a year. Battery's mayor learned important life lessons growing up. Dungan's parents were public school teachers in Denver. His father also served in the U.S. Navy Reserves. Every summer, the family traveled to a military assignment.
We went to 26 different bases, 40 states as I was growing up. This instilled in me to have a bigger vision. Everywhere I went, I saw that people are the same.
Dungan worked in ministry in Los Angeles before moving to Lower Alabama.
I was working with the Unification Church as a lay missionary with young people. I started in Battery as a place of their business venture to build fishing boats. I actually volunteered to come to Battery.
He spent 34 years at Master Marine.
I never thought I would climb the corporate ladder and become the president of Master Marine, which I was for 25 years.
Dungan had different plans for his retirement, but some leaders asked him to run after the town's former mayor, Stan Wright, was found guilty of federal corruption charges.
I had to really pray, and 26 business leaders and community leaders in our town really encouraged me. I've lived here for 34 years, and I've raised 4 kids here. You know, this is my town. I have the skill set that I feel that God wants to use to bring together a renaissance and revival in our community. The most important thing about this election to me was that
he received 46% of the vote in a special mayoral election. 6 weeks later, Dungan won the runoff with 52% and diverse support.
They were disenfranchised for decades. They felt like their voice made a difference. People come to the polls that had not voted in 20 years from such diverse backgrounds, really feeling that they can be a part of their community.
Dungan brought his business experience to the mayor's office.
To be elected to a public position is not the same skill set that it takes to govern. The skill set that I had acquired in my 34 years was exactly the skill set that was required.
New financial policies and procedures were installed.
The city had been spending on the average $100,000 a month more than they had revenue coming in. It took us 4 months to reverse that, a $15,000 surplus. We've been able to save for the city $600,000 in the first 8 months. We have money in the bank. We've come up with raise for the employees. We've hired new employees, two additional firemen. We bought new equipments. We have monthly profit and loss statements.
Another challenge, the long-term effects of the BP oil spill.
The BP spent millions of dollars in getting the public to think that if there's no oil on the beaches, then that is the answer. I'm concerned about the long term, as are the fishermen in our community, that we're fighting an uphill battle in what should have been addressed in the first place, which is the health of the communities, the health of the economies, the ecology of the Gulf of Mexico.
Mayor Dungan believes in Battery's future.
The fisheries is extremely viable, will always be viable. You know, there is very much a natural fit between tourism and domestic wild-caught seafood from the Gulf of Mexico. The city is also participating with some aquaculture ventures in the oyster industry. My experience in Battery is when we've really worked together, we've been able to accomplish incredible things. This has been a lot of fun for us, and we're still having fun, and we're going to keep on having fun. We have an eye on the past, and we're looking forward to the future.
In Battery, Eric Reynolds, Fox 10 News.
The mayor has been told by the state that Battery is one of only 2 cities of its size in Alabama that actually produces a monthly profit and loss statement. The mayor says events are being planned that will celebrate the town's cultural diversity. 20 years ago, Forrest Gump put Battery before a worldwide audience. On October 25th, the town will mark the Academy Award-winning movie with a big celebration. Battery will also celebrate the 60th anniversary of its founding next year.